You guys, we need to talk about 8Passengers and the messages they are spreading to other parents. You guys, I'm honestly sick. We have talked about these two before, Ruby and Kevin, the parents. They have a family channel called 8Passengers where they post with their 6 kids. Ruby and Frank have faced a lot of backlash in the recent years, and we have talked about it. I've talked about them with you guys a ton. And in my recent video, I mentioned that the two of them have been getting called out so much to the point where they've actually stopped posting on their main YouTube channel. Instead, they have been posting to their parenting advice page called Connections. Now, I believe this is a private Facebook group, and also it is a YouTube channel where you can watch these videos that they re-upload from their little seminars. And on there, they have gotten in trouble for having these extreme views on parenting and punishments. And recently, a post that has gotten them a lot of criticism is one in relation to anxiety and depression. And seriously, you guys, buckle up, because when I saw these clips, I was like, you've gotta be actually effing with me. Let me just say, these two talk a lot about truth and exercising your agency. These little code words that they have created in their minds for reasons why people should be absolutely perfect under any circumstance of life. Like literally, you guys, if you're feeling sad, that's on you for not exercising your agency and not seeking truth. You're not being truthful. You're not exercising your agency, you guys. Every time I hear them say that, I want to pull my hair out, because what? And this is advice that they are giving to other parents. You're experiencing depression and struggling with your mental health. Oh, that's a choice that you made for not exercising your agency. Like, what are these words?
Mental health is all about personal choice.
Feelings of depression, anxiety are real. Those are very real. And they are outcomes. You're going to feel depression. You're going to feel anxiety as an outcome of not living honest, responsible, and humble.
What are these terms that they are using? Not everyone has to be perfect all the time. People struggle and people will go through hard times, and there's people that are struggling with things in their own lives or are dealing with something that makes their life a little harder than everyone else. And you saying that them just seeking the truth or finding their agency is going to help them, it's just ridiculous. I mean, I guess what they're trying to say in the grand scheme of things is like, look on the bright side. But the way they apply this to their children and apply this to the general public, a lot of people are just very concerned about. The privilege that they have to say things like this is crazy. And one of the things that they've said is they've claimed that their 7-year-old daughter didn't actually have ADHD. She was just manipulating them because she wanted candy or a treat as a reward for doing something.
There's no ADHD, just extreme irresponsibility. And she was choosing to be extremely irresponsible, super manipulative. And I didn't see it because she's very sweet. She doesn't yell. She doesn't pinch or hit. She's not destructive, like on the outward side. When I call her, she comes running always with a smile. And so it was hidden from me for a very long time. And it's just that she's learned how to manipulate.
She has a very effective veneer.
There's no attention deficit. She has agency to choose to be attentive if she wants to.
Her motive was to get an easy way and to get treats and rewards. And holding her accountable and teaching her that she's still responsible to complete the work that is given to her. She's still responsible. Her body needs sleep to function. She's responsible to get that sleep. And when she chose to stay up late, that meant that she was choosing the next day to not participate in activities that she wanted to, but instead to participate in activities that might invigorate her body, like cleaning the kitchen.
Like what? She was being a 7-year-old, it sounds like. It sounds like she was being a kid. And you're saying that, no, she didn't actually have ADHD. She was just manipulating us. What? I'm manipulating us. Oh my God. These two have always been extremely vocal about how their kids shouldn't dare act like kids. They need to be perfect. And they've been very vocal about the punishments that they've given their kids. They've been called out a number of times for how they've chosen to punish their kids. And they've definitely publicized that. And it's definitely why they're sharing their parenting journey with other people and giving other people advice, because they like swear by their parenting. And as I sat through more of the parenting course, I heard them talking about mental health struggles and saying that no need for medication or being kind to your kids, just truth and agency. If something is deeply affecting your child and they are struggling, whether it's bullying or they feel stressed, or if something within the family has happened to them, it's just considerate to be there for them and comfort them. So what, they don't do the dishes one night because you already know that they had a hard day. It doesn't suddenly make them a criminal that they have feelings and they don't want to do their chores one night because they're feeling their feelings and they're upset and you want to be nice to them.
Feelings of anxiety, feelings of depression, they are so real. And what is popular in the world today, what is good parenting, is to be coddling and warm and gooey and just give in to that and make your child's life as comfortable as can be. It's so common as parents that when your child feels depression or anxiety, shows those signs, that we take away every responsibility from them and make their life as comfortable as can be so they can cope and get along with it. And it's the exact opposite. Also say that there is, as a parent, there is nothing that you can do to fix your child. There is no pill, there is no medicine that your child can take to fix their problem. They must learn to exercise their agency to choose their way out of whatever dark corner they've chosen their way into.
It's just like so frustrating sometimes hearing this stuff. This next example literally was nuts to me, but they talked about how their son wasn't being respectful or he wasn't following rules in class or at home, but he was following rules at football practice and he was on time. He was never late. He always did what he needed to do. And they said that he's always been late to clean up the house. And they were talking about how happy he was and how excited he was to be doing football and that he would even stay late to clean up. And he actually enjoyed doing things for this sport. And they realized through this that he had the ability to be nice to other people since he was kind to his teammates, and he also had the ability to follow rules and be responsible. So as a result, they decided to take away football from him because they thought that he should be expressing that behavior at home. You guys, what the actual F? I feel so bad. The way I was so mad for him. This is the same kid that they sent to the behavioral wilderness camp. I feel so bad for him. He was so happy doing football and they even said that. And then they were just like, yeah, no, you're nice to your teammates. Well, you should be nice to your siblings. So no more football. Like, oh my God. Like, sorry, mom, I'm not going to express the same excitement for washing the dishes as I have for playing my favorite sport. That just seems like common sense to me that you would not have the same excitement for both of those things. Literally the way I would be so resentful, but that's just me. That's just me. It's just so frustrating to hear about this stuff. And something so absolutely ridiculous that I heard when I was watching Marky's YouTube video on 8 Passengers was that he saw a video that he believes was deleted from their Connections parenting page, but it's a video of Ruby answering questions related to somebody asking her for advice about a family member that recently came out as trans. You would think, or honestly hope and pray, that she would have just been like, love them. And that's it. But no, she went on this whole rant about truth and agency, couldn't even answer a question about the whole thing without, saying all these code words.
My sister's child, I would say niece because that's how I know her as, but I don't know if that's offensive or not, has come out as transgender. Okay, so right there already, this gal is writing this question and she's already gone into control. She's saying, I don't know how to talk about this. I don't know if I call her a niece. I don't know if I call her a nephew. I don't want to offend anyone. So already there's control. And you can't have truth. You can't have principles if you're in control. That control, I'm scared of saying anything wrong, that will preclude you from being able to see principles of truth.
And couldn't even give a super short answer when they asked her if they should still be associating with this family member now that they've come out as trans. Like, what?
We as a family are conflicted as to whether or not we should continue to spend time with them. Should we see them less or even completely cut them out of our lives? Okay, so right there's some more control. She's got this set up as black and white. What do I do? And I get it. This is a situation I'm sure many people are in. This isn't about LGBTQ. This is about principles.
How do you not just automatically say, duh, that's still your family, love them? Like, what? I literally can't. Everything about this is just so frustrating. And this whole way of life has caused a divide between Ruby and her family. I mentioned before in a video that Ruby and her siblings, including her parents, all have YouTube channels. But recently people have noticed that she hasn't been in any of her family's videos, and she hasn't been at any of their family events. And they haven't mentioned her when they've talked about having to help each other out and help each other's family members out. There was a video of Kevin kind of talking about if grandparents have a different belief than you and your children, then he would simply like cut them out of their lives. And people felt like he was talking about Ruby's family because they haven't been seen together anymore. And pretty much that is what Ruby's sister had to say. In the comments of one of her videos, she was asked, "I know this isn't relevant nor is it appropriate, but I have to ask for my own curiosity and I don't expect a response. But does anyone know why they don't spend time with Ruby and Kevin anymore?" And her sister Julie actually responded and said, "Ruby and Kevin have chosen to distance themselves from the family." And it's honestly so sad to see that a family has been torn about what seems to be these beliefs. And I'm frustrated just hearing about it, but Ruby and her siblings used to be so incredibly close and her family still remains close. She just isn't a part of that anymore, and that's so unfortunate. I truly hope that they can see the downsides of what they're promoting and she can connect with her family again, because family truly means the most, but it does seem like Truth and Agency is ripping this family apart. I definitely want to know what you guys think about all this, because I clearly have a lot of feelings just reading it back. Just, talking to you guys about it even, I'm just like, wow, that is a lot for me to handle. This is a lot that they are saying online. So let me know your thoughts. I love you guys so much, and I will talk to you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.